Okay, continuing on. Now we're going to go into the definitions on what exactly is short-term real estate. What is this space that you're talking about? What is corporate housing? What is all this? We're going to go into the definitions really quick so you can have a clear understanding on exactly what it is. So let's get into it. What is short-term real estate? Number one, short-term real estate, good definition for you, is renting a property for 30 days or less. And that's key. That's key. Renting a property for 30 days or less. Anything longer becomes long-term real estate. And the reason why I emphasize 30 days or less is because there's different laws that govern short-term real estate, and there's different laws that govern long-term real estate. So you want to understand that there's a different process that you're going to take as far as, let's say you have a bad tenant that comes to your property and don't want to pay you. There's different laws, and you're going to have to know these things just in case you have someone that's bad and you can't get them out of your property. So just remember that there's different laws that govern short-term real estate versus long-term real estate. And short-term real estate is 30 days or less. Long-term real estate is 30 days or more. So that's short-term. Moving to number two, corporate housing. Corporate housing is the same thing as short-term real estate, but I want to express it to you because you may have clients that call you for corporate housing. Corporate housing is nothing more than renting a fully furnished apartment, a condo, or home on a temporary basis to individuals or corporations as an alternative to staying in a hotel. For instance, there's many people out here. There's people in different states and different countries, and they're traveling for business. They're traveling for their job, for work, and things like that. And some of these people actually stay in luxury hotels. You know, you may have a Ritz-Carlton near your area, and they may stay at that place for a month, 2 months. Some people don't like to do that. Some people want to actually go to a place where it actually feels like they're still at home. So that's what corporate housing comes into place. That's when corporate housing comes into place. Whenever you provide a fully furnished place, it could be an apartment house or a condo, and these people stay at your property fully furnished, and it still feels like home to them. And they're usually staying for longer periods of time. Like, for instance, you may get an executive from a major corporation that's coming to your city or state because they have a project that they're working on. This project is going to take them 8 months, and they don't want to sign a lease, buy all this furniture, and do all this stuff just to leave and go back home 8 months from now. And they also don't want to stay in a hotel because, you know, hotels can be dirty or anything. They can have their own reasons for not staying in hotels. They would prefer to actually have a full space, a full property that they can actually make home and be comfortable in during their 8-month stay. So that's pretty much what corporate housing is. Now, the question you may be asking yourself is this: is there a demand? Is there a demand? Is there a demand? You may be asking yourself, all right, Alvin, I understand what short-term real estate and corporate housing is, but is there a demand for this type of real estate? Why should I invest in it? And my answer to you would be, of course there is. If you haven't noticed that there has been many short-term platforms that has came about in the recent years, like Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, and all these other sources that are providing short-term places for people to stay. So the demand is huge. There's so many business executives that's traveling and staying places. There are actors that's traveling and staying places. There's military people. There's so many different people that that's traveling to different places and may need to stay in your property for a short period of time. So when it comes to if there's a demand for it and if you should really consider doing this, then my answer would be 100%, because I'm telling you, there are literally thousands and thousands of people that need housing, and you can be the provider for that. So there is a huge demand, and as we carry on in this course, we're going to discuss how you can actually build this and you can actually service this demand that's out there. Because remember, Airbnb came into this space and they completely took over. And like I mentioned, they don't own a house, they don't own a condo, they don't own an apartment. They seen the demand and all they did was provide. So I want you to get a piece of that. Stick around, and in this course, we're going to continue to show you how to build your short-term real estate corporate housing company. I'll see you in the next video.